Welcome to the Don't Get Full Show with Big Winners College Football Week 10. Let's go, Ace.
Bam. All right. Boys and girls, cannot wait for college football Week 10. I can't even believe it's Week 10. We are coming off a 5-1 week last week in college football, a 6-0 week in NFL, so 11-1 on the weekend. Cannot wait to keep the money train rolling, Big Ree. And so, without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. All right, game one. We got Navy at North Texas. North Texas is a 6.5-point favorite. Navy 7-0, coming off a 42-32 win versus Florida Atlantic. They are on a 7-game winning streak and a 10-game winning streak dating back to last season. They are led by quarterback Blake Horvath. This guy has 64% completion, 1,000 yards in the air, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions only. But the big thing here is he's got 814 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 straight 100-yard games on the ground. Then we got North Texas, who is 7-1. They're coming off a 54-20 win versus Charlotte. Quarterback Drew Mestmaker put up 608 yards last week against Charlotte. He has 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions only on the season. Their only loss is 63-36 to South Florida. And here's my thoughts here. North Texas puts up a lot of points against very weak opponents. And they should have lost against Army earlier this year. They won 45-38. And they're not going to get that lucky this week against Navy, especially with, they're going up against a similar offense in Navy. And I really, really like Navy here. I would recommend that you buy it up to half a point from 6.5 to 7. I'm taking Navy +7. All right, game 2. We got Miami, Florida at SMU. Miami is a 12.5-point favorite. We got Miami 6-1 coming off a 42-7 win versus Stanford. Their only loss on the season is a 24-21 loss to Louisville. They did have good wins versus Notre Dame, Florida, and South Florida. Quarterback Carson Beck, the transfer from Georgia, is playing solid, but not great. Solid, performance so far. They got a good defense. I'll give them credit. I like Miami's defense. Offense is just decent, averaging 34 points per game. Then we got SMU coming off a 13-12 loss at Wake Forest. Very sloppy game. 8 combined turnovers by both teams. Snapped a 3-game winning streak for SMU. Their best win is a 35-24 win versus Clemson. And here's my thoughts here. Miami has only had 1 road game out of their 7. This will be their second road game. In 22 starts for quarterback Kevin Jennings, the quarterback from Southern Methodist, only has lost by over 12 points once in his 22 starts. And I don't see Miami scoring more than 31 points here. I don't see them putting up more than 31. And I don't see SMU scoring less than 20. And if you do the rudimentary math there, 31 minus 20 is 11. And I'm taking SMU plus 12.5. All right. Game 3. We got North Carolina at Syracuse. This is a Friday night game. Syracuse is a 1.5-point favorite. North Carolina 2-5, coming off a 17-16 overtime loss to Virginia. They actually outgained Virginia 353 to 279, but they had 3 turnovers, and that's back-to-back games with 3 turnovers for the Tar Heels. They are on a 4-game losing streak. Their only wins on the season, 20-3 win versus Charlotte, and a 41-6 win versus Richmond. Quarterback Gio Lopez, 4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season, throwing 60% on the season. Then we got Syracuse, 3-5, coming off a 41-16 loss to Georgia Tech. They got outgained 543 to 381. They are also on a 4-game losing streak. They've given up at least 30 points in 5 of their 8 games. And here's my thoughts here. Syracuse has had a tough schedule. 4 of their 8 games have been away from home. So 4 of their 8 games have been away from home. 6 of their 8 games have been against plus 500 teams. And I'm not buying North Carolina, and I'm not buying North Carolina on the road. They've had 2 close games that look respectable, but I'm not buying them. This is my lock of the week. I'm taking Syracuse minus 1.5. All right, Big Reed, let's go.
The first game I got is Vanderbilt at Texas. Vanderbilt 7-1, coming off a 17-10 win versus Missouri. Texas coming off a 45-38 overtime win, as Ace mentioned, versus Mississippi State. Arch Manning has been playing all right. As Ace mentioned, he played great last week. He had 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Texas' 2 losses come on the road versus Ohio State and at Florida. Both of Vanderbilt's impressive wins come at home, which was versus LSU and last week versus Missouri. The crowd is going to be going crazy. I think Arch Manning plays and has a great game. I'm taking Texas minus 2.5. That's my lock of the week. The next game I got is Georgia at Florida. Georgia 6-1, coming off a bye week. Last game was on October 18th. They beat Ole Miss 43-35. Florida 3-4, coming off a bye week as well. Last game was versus Mississippi State. They won 23-21. Florida has only won 3 games, but their losses come versus Texas A&M, Miami, LSU, and South Florida. The only team they lost to was not good. That was South Florida. All these losses come on the road besides South Florida. I think this is going to be a good game, but I think Georgia wins, but not by a but not by more than a touchdown. I'm taking Florida plus 7.5. The last game I got is Purdue at Michigan. Purdue 2-6, coming off a 27-24 loss to Rutgers. Michigan coming off a 31-20 win versus Michigan State. Michigan's offense has been a disappointment this season, and their defense is really good. And they've been averaging 28 points and giving up an average of 17, while Purdue is averaging 28 points and giving up 26.5. This is going to be a blowout. Good defense, not good offense. I will be about Michigan 28-10. I'm taking under 51.5.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, let's keep the money train rolling this week. And we'll see you guys next week.